Hey, what's up, future rich people? So we got another video here again by rarage.com. As you can see, I'm already here, just as always. So today we're going to be talking about a WordPress purchase and setup. Along with that WordPress purchase, we are also going to go into a couple options as in security to also complement the website. One thing that I will go into as well is the fact that security is absolutely necessary if you are going to be running an online store and if you want to make sure that you're as safe as possible. I mean, it's essentially like driving a car without insurance. If you don't have any kind of security on your website, I mean, you're kind of just asking for it. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. So we're going to start by going over to our WordPress tab, as you can see right over here. From the WordPress page, as you can see, we have a total of 5 plans today, so I'll go over each of them really quickly. So the basic plan, WordPress Basic, it's the absolute bare minimum that you need in order to get started. The deluxe is going to be the middle plan. Essentially, this is also going to be the most popular. This is always going to be the one that I recommend to people that are starting off, and the reason why is because it has the search engine optimization plugin right here. So without search engine optimization, I mean, it would just be extremely difficult for your website to be found online by Google. I mean, if you don't have it, it's just going to be a lot more groundwork and a lot more word of mouth, essentially, in order for you to get people to go to your website. But above that, that's when we start going into plans that'll host multiple websites. So the Ultimate hosts 2 websites. We have our developer plan that'll host 5. Our Pro that'll host 25. So for today's tutorial, we're just going to focus on the deluxe since it's the most popular. Add that to cart. Now that it is in here, we're going to jump right back up to the upper left hand side where we see Rare Age logo right up here. I'm going to click on that, and that'll take you right back to our home page. From here, we're going to go ahead and head over to our site security tab. We're going to talk about that security now. So with site security, there are 2 aspects to it that you always need to think about. So the first aspect is the actual web scanner. So with the web scanner, which is going to be the Website Security Essentials, Website Security Deluxe, and Website Security Express. These plans are essentially kind of like a malware scanner for your computer, for example, with the exception that these are specifically for your website. So every single 24 hours, they are performing multiple scans on different aspects of the website to make sure that your website is spick and span. So the differences between the plan, Essentials is just going to be the absolute scanner by itself. If it finds something, it's going to remove it. The typical response time is 12 hours. The Security Deluxe, this comes with 2 additional goodies. So this comes with a firewall to essentially prevent the hacking from even happening in the first place. And that also comes with the CDN. So where the CDN is, if you're not too familiar with it, it's essentially a program that'll kind of capture a screenshot of what your website is, and it'll store it across servers all around the world. That way, if somebody is probably going to your website for the very first time, or they're completely on the opposite side of the planet, it's going to guarantee them the fastest possible load time ever. So without it, I mean, you can still accomplish pretty high load times, but the CDN just really makes sure, and it gives you the guarantee that no matter who goes to the website, they're going to get the fastest possible website to come up. And then we have the Website Security Express. This one is more along the lines if your site is already hacked, for example. So say your site got hacked just yesterday, and you're having all these explicit images coming up on your website. You don't know how to get them fixed. Typically, you do have to go to coding to get all that taken out. But with this plan, it'll automatically take it out. Typically, it is a 30-minute response time, so that is pretty sweet. They always do it pretty quickly. And then aside from that, it is ongoing protection as well. So then you will also get the firewall and the CDN to make sure that it doesn't happen ever again. So for this example, we are going to be going with the Deluxe to get the firewall and the CDN. Add that to cart. And now that that's in here, we're going to hit the back button to go back to that same page. We're going to run down to the SSL certificates now. So for SSL certificates, this is going to be essentially what you see right up here in the upper left hand corner of the URL bar. See how you see that little green padlock? That's essentially telling you that the site has been secured, it has been verified. Google understands that it is a safe location for you to be on, and that it is an okay place for you to be giving your information to. So One thing that I do also want to touch up on, if you do always, if you do ever go to a website that doesn't have this green padlock up here, essentially if they're asking you, to provide, your name, your email, your phone number, I honestly would not put that information in there, because I mean, if they don't have that website secured, it either means that A, they probably don't care enough that your information's on there, that it might get stolen, or B, they actually are trying to steal your information. So always make sure that the website has a secure logo up in the upper left hand side, because if not, I mean, you're just asking for trouble, really. So for the plans that we see here, the SSL certificates, we see a standard SSL protecting one site, standard SSL for multiple sites up to 5, and then the wildcard SSL, which will protect unlimited subdomains. Subdomains is an entirely different topic. I will go ahead and make a different video on that at some other time. But for this example, we're going to go ahead and do the standard one site SSL. Add that to cart. Alright, so as you can see, we have everything here in the cart now. And once again, as I said in previous videos, you always want to make sure that the years that you register everything for, so the hosting, the security, and the SSL, match the amount of years that you have your domain name registered for. So if you registered your domain name for a 3-year business term or a 5-year business term, you want to make sure that you do the exact same thing. That way you don't get any confusion when billing comes around, nothing falls off the map, and your website doesn't come down. But hey, I'm going to go ahead and check this out, and then I'll meet you inside the account and walk you through the setup. Be right back. Alright, so as you can see, we are now officially in the account. We have our Deluxe Managed WordPress plan here, Standard SSL, and the Website Security Deluxe plan. Up top, we do see the domain name, which is finesseexpress.com. This is the client's account that we are working out of. We are currently building them an online store. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. So with the Deluxe Managed WordPress here, you're going to see here in the middle of the page, you're going to look over to the far right. You're going to see that setup button. So you're going to go ahead and click on that. And by the way, when you get to your account, it's gonna be pretty much the exact same thing. So you're gonna see this exact same layout. Everything's gonna be labeled, and to the right, you're always gonna see that setup button or a manage button if it's already been set up. So once you click on that setup button, you're gonna get to this page right here. What it's gonna be asking is if you're building a brand new site or if you are migrating to us. So for anyone who's migrating to us, essentially, if you do already have a site somewhere else with a different company and you wanted to move over to us, we do give you a free migration, so we can migrate your site completely for free over to us, as long as it is a WordPress site as well. Really, all that you need is to click on that, click on Get Started. It'll ask for your WordPress username and password along with your domain name. It'll start the migration process, which usually takes 24 to 72 hours. Usually it's a lot quicker. It really just depends on how big your website is. But as soon as that's done, you'll get a notification and you're ready to rock and roll. But as far as today, we are going to be building the brand new site. So make sure that you select I'm building a brand new site. Click on Get Started. Here it's going to ask you to select your domain name. So in this case, we do have the domain name in the account. So in the drop down, it'll definitely show finesseexpress.com. For those people who have yet to buy a domain name, you can use a temporary domain name, which you can see right here. It's always going to be random generated. That temporary domain name is completely for free. So hey, if you're having trouble finding a domain name, I do have another video that you can watch that'll kind of help you learn how to get a domain name. I'll also make a different video which will list a bunch of different resources that you can reach out to help you get domain names. But for now, like I said, let's go ahead and pick the domain name, finesseexpress.com. Gonna click next. Of course, we're gonna go with our recommended option, North America. If you're in a different location in the world, there would be different options for you. But for this case, North America, hit next. From here, we're gonna create the WordPress username, password, and confirm password. So give me just a few, we'll be right back. Alright, so right after you create your username and password and then confirm the password, the lower right hand side, you're going to see that gray install button. Once you click that install button, it'll take you right here. It'll go ahead and do the install from anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. As you can see, it has now been officially installed. So let's go ahead and click on Get Started. If you click on Get Started, it's going to take you directly to the actual WordPress Wizard. if you clicked on go to dashboard, it's going to skip this wizard. I would recommend that you always click on get started, because if you start the actual wizard, it kind of walks you through inputting a number of settings in order to make sure that the website has been set up correctly. It also does pre-install a couple of plugins to help you build the website, like Beaver Builder, that I'll get into just a little bit later on. So we're going to go ahead and click on Start Wizard. And then from here, that's where you can see the type of website. So for the most general, it's almost always going to be website plus blog. This is going to be like an informational website plus a blog. Blog only is if you're specifically using this WordPress install for blogging and blogging only. And for online store, of course, you're only going to be using online store if it's explicitly an online store. So in this case, yes, we are going to keep the online store option selected. We're going to go to our industry next, and as you can see, we do have a drop down, so you can scroll down this drop down and look for your specific option, or you can actually just type in exactly what you're looking for. So in this case, we are looking for apparel, so clothing and apparel store. Go ahead and select that. Alright, so for the title, this is going to be the actual name of the website. So in this case, we're going to name the website Finesse Express. Alright, and then for the tagline, that's essentially going to be kind of like a slogan, or kind of like for example, for rareage.com, our slogan is "Let's get you where you want to be." So the tagline for Finesse Express, me and the client haven't spoken about that just yet, so we're going to go ahead and leave that as is. Of course, even if you don't do that now, you can always change it at a later point in time once you're in the builder. But let's go ahead and click on continue. Alright, so now we have the contact page, in which case we have the email, phone number, fax, if you have it, address, and social media profiles, in which case you can link all your social media to the icons down below. Once you go ahead and fill that out, you're going to go ahead and click continue. For right now, I'm just going to click on skip. Now that's going to take us to the last page where we have a theme. Depending on the option that you chose at the beginning, whether you chose website, blog, or just online store, you're going to have different themes that are suggested to you. These are just pre-made themes that we have created to kind of help you out, get you guys started. You don't have to think about it too much. All these themes are just starter themes. If you select one, you can always change it at a later time, and of course you can always purchase themes through third-party companies as well. So once you select your theme, essentially you can go ahead and preview all of them. So click on preview on this one. We're going to get an overview of what we have, and it'll give you a couple steps on how to follow and how to use this actual layout here. But if you actually like the actual design, just go ahead and click on select. It'll go on and install your theme. Alright, and once that theme is finished installing, you're going to get a page similar to this and what you see here. As a whole, you are going to see these little helpful hints of here and there, kind of guiding you and telling you how to use the editor from here. But I will go over on how to use the editor in a completely different video, because that's a completely different subject, and it just can go very, very in depth. As a whole, though, thank you guys for watching. As always, we will go ahead and post another video out soon, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to be part of the notification squad, and as always, leave a like below if you found this video informational. But I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye bye.